Hiya, Michelle Johnson with Have Color Will Travel, and welcome back to my studio. I'm going to be trying something new for a while, maybe a long while, maybe a short while. But I had this idea for a collection of videos that are shorter, not short shorts, but that are shorter than long form videos and contain little bits of information or little pieces of things that are working out really well in the studio for me right now. And I think that they'd be interesting for folks to hear about. Things that cross all kinds of categories: watercolor, acrylic, coloring, drawing, materials usage, just little bits and pieces of things that wouldn't really make for a nice long form video and are actually a little too long to be a literal short. I think I'll call them quick tips or my faves, or that title is still a work in progress. I haven't gotten that far yet. Maybe you can help me out with that in the comments. But today is the first one of these quick tips, my faves, title to be decided later videos. And the first one I want to do is to talk about my favorite brush right now. Doesn't look like much, but let me show you the magic of this Princeton Velvet Touch 1/4 inch blender brush. It's amazing, especially with watercolor.
It's a really stiff bristle brush. I akin these to like feel, I think you can hear them. Can you hear them? It's almost like straw. You always want to remember to rinse the blender brush off in clean water so you don't accidentally scrub in a color, because you can scrub in a color with this brush. It's meant to do all kinds of art, not just cleanup. So let's see, and I'm just using a simple tissue, not paper towel, something a little gentler. And we're gonna, it's erase. It's basically a watercolor eraser. This is, once again, the Princeton Velvet Touch blender brush. I love this thing for so many reasons, not just for this. It's so great for doing texture with acrylic.
So this little magic paintbrush, while it's really great with watercolor, was actually designed to be used with acrylic. And I used it all over the texture of this barn piece, which has many, many layers of different colors, pinks and blues, and mostly pinks and blues, and a variety of other kind of earth tones, because I was trying to create this really weathered look to the barn face. But where this brush came in handy is that I applied the white on top with it, and with the stiff bristles, I ground it in to the already multi-layered surface of acrylic colors that I had underneath, and then used it to peel back what I didn't want so that I could create this really, let me step back for you, this not to toot my own horn, but I'm really happy with how the weathered look of this barn turned out. It is exactly what my imagination was thinking, and this little brush could handle the, for lack of a better word, the torture, because I dug in. I also did use its scraper side, so these moments right here, those were scraper sides. And I could have used a palette knife on this to create some of this, to create the different texture that you see. But I was really concerned about ripping through the canvas. This canvas, I hadn't ever tortured a canvas as much as I was going to do for this barn facing. So I really wasn't sure. Would it be okay, or would all of the work that I had done so far on this piece, and yes, it is still unfinished, I'm going to get to the grasses and the hay bale soon. But I wasn't sure about how that would go if I used a palette knife to create my texture, or another kind of I don't know, surface. I guess I could have done something with some steel wool, but I really wanted precision. Precision was something I was really after. I knew what I wanted to make this look like, and this brush, while stiff, was still a paintbrush. So I knew that I could dig in, blend in that white and some other lighter colors that I'd used, and then peel it back to reveal, let me see if I can get this nice and close and focus, there we go, to reveal the nice texture that I'd already built underneath.
Now, just like I said, there's more than one way to add texture to an acrylic canvas than using the Princeton Velvet Touch blender brush. There's also multiple ways of erasing unwanted color off of watercolor paper. And one of the ways I've seen quite a few folks use to get unwanted watercolor off of watercolor paper, that's a lot of L's, is using these magic erasers that can be found in your cleaning aisle of your grocery stores and in Walmart and places like that. I've tried them. As you can see, these are used. I haven't really found them to be as precise or as efficient as I've heard that they could be. But to get it off of my paper and to get it off of my paper where I want it and as efficiently and effectively as I want it, I've really loved this blender brush. So that concludes my first quick tips, my faves, title to be determined video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it the right speed and with the amount of information that you like about whatever it is I'm talking about. And yeah, the link to something like this will be in the description. I always find that really helpful because half of the reason I watch things on videos or read blogs or look things up on other people's websites is you've done the research for me. You found me the links. Let me go to it. It also helps out the person who's making the content so that they get a smidgen of remuneration for that effort that they did for you. Not a lot, but it does add up. So thank you for watching. If you've liked this and you know of somebody that would really appreciate this information or has been struggling with some of the problems that I talk about in my quick tips or my faves, or please help me out with that title. Share this video with them, like and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and keep painting, having fun, coloring, making creative things, doing what you love to do, and make art. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.